So I just got finished playing my catch with my daughter outside, and she was just telling me about some stuff that's bothering her at school and stuff, and whenever people are treating her bad, what to do and stuff like that, just asking my opinion on some things. And I don't know, I felt good on some of my answers, so I thought maybe I'd share because it made me feel better oddly. And the reason why I'm doing this outside is because if you look right here, on the other side of my van is my wife's van, and apparently this guy has been standing on just past the corner in the darkness trying to pet our cats. And so I'm trying to intercept, sort of. I'm hoping just by me being out here, I don't have to do anything. He just sees me and realizes that what he's doing is really weird. So what happened though is I'm not very attractive, as you can tell. And in high school, I was super skinny, but I was good at sports though. Just for example, I made second team all district. I was captain varsity soccer. You know, just in high school, I played basketball a lot. Just blah 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 blah. I'm just trying to let you know that I was decent at sports. I wasn't the best or anything, but maybe on your team wouldn't hinder you, basically. So what my daughter's question was, what do you do when someone's bullying you? And I said that you shouldn't react to them or anything. Do like passive gestures saying, hey man, you know, all right, okay, all right, fine, yeah, sure, whatever, and just get yourself away from it, because you know it's going to escalate and you're going to be in trouble no matter what you do, in my opinion. And so it brought back oddly situations when I was deployed. I was quality assurance, and we had like around a good 3-digit number of personnel working in all the work centers. We worked on EA-6B Prowlers, and I had to make sure all the logs and records were up to date and all that kind of stuff, and that I had to help time to time to make sure that everyone's wearing their PPE and stuff like that. So I wasn't a jerk, but being a corporal in that position, everyone outranks you that's in quality assurance, and then you have to be this, you can't do that, but here, I'll take care of it. Give me, like, you know, any amount of time was unacceptable. So I had to deal with that for 6 months with no friends and all that kind of stuff, and basically having no days off. We had 1 day off, you know, 12 on 12 off for 6 months. I got to see my daughter for a week, and then I was deployed immediately. It was my first kid. But while I was there, instead of giving into the depression and loneliness, I looked forward to the pictures of my kids, and I learned how to play table tennis left-handed and do layups left-handed, just a bunch of like sports stuff left-handed. And I didn't respond to any of the things they did to me. And I read almost 60 books, and I did corporal's course, just a lot of stuff like that. And I was telling her about that. She's like, yeah, but what did you do in high school? And I said, well, and this is the part that made me feel really good. Since I was so skinny, where if I took my shirt off, you could probably see my heart beating skinny. And it's not that by choice, it's just my build. Every time that they make fun of me and all the, you know, girls would make fun of me and stuff like that, I would wait until the rotation hit where I was team captain in PE. I don't know if they do that anymore, but I'd always pick the kids that no one picked first, and I'd pick them first. I'd pick all of them. Any kid that deemed by whatever social stigmas or whatever, I didn't care. I wanted all the popular kids and the good people at the good people at sports that always got picked first. I didn't pick any of them. So they had to wait and watch as these other kids that were deemed losers, or the fat kids, or the, you know, just all that kind of, like, you know, the outsiders. So I picked them all on my team, and I'm not a leader or anything like that. I figured that the psychology of not getting picked first would give us a huge advantage, and these kids would do everything as a team. Like, they're more group reliant than the other team. So whenever we started playing, it was just a simple game of kickball, mind you. You know, we didn't do too well. I think we actually ended up losing, but everything I said was taken completely serious. Everything that I asked them to do was met with respect, and it was a very good chemistry from everybody. We all tried to work together. We all tried to do the best thing to benefit the team. and it really impacted me. So I did that every single time. At first, it started out as a slight towards the people that were being mean to me and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something for these guys. Well, it turned out to be an addiction where it's like, dude, like I love this environment that this creates from doing this. You know, it's sort of like reverse bullying. I don't know what you'd call it, but it changed a lot of things in the PE class, because then they stopped doing all that kind of stuff and all that because they saw what it felt like, and it had a really positive effect and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the kids were respected a little bit more. I mean, because you're going to apply it to a lot of different things, and I don't know, it just helped a lot on situations that I was dealing with. And so my daughter asked, you know, well, how does that apply? We don't have team captains or anything like that. I was like, well, what do you think would have a better effect? If you see someone, you know, getting picked on or whatever, you know, go to their aid and like, you know, like, hey man, I don't think this person's like you're describing at all. I think it's kind of mean what you're saying, you know, like don't start a fight or anything. Just point out that what they're doing is not acceptable. And then after they leave, don't walk away. Just say like, hey, you know, if you want to sit together at lunch or something like that, you know, like, you know, do an invitation of friendship on that. And I was trying to tell her to be careful around guys, obviously, because we're idiots until the age of 30, and we think that anytime a girl looks at us, she's hitting on us. So I don't know, it made me feel good though, remembering that experience of like that one game we lost at kickball. It was the most memorable thing of all the events I won and all that kind of stuff. That was my favorite though. Whenever I was in grade school, I don't know. It made me feel really good. I'm mainly recording this for, you know, whenever my kids grow old and I'm dead or something like that, probably from some stupid illness. But they can look back on us and be like, oh yeah, that's nice.